All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, get into some TA. All right, guys. So last Thursday, we did get above the 0.786 fib. We rejected right there, but we did go up there and test it. And well, we didn't get above it, but we tested it. And then Friday, we did close above it. And since then, we did know that it was likely that we're coming all the way up here to 565.16. We're probably going to put in a new all-time high. Now, whether a pullback happens before that or not is irrelevant. We know it's probably heading up there. All right. So, going into the week, we were aware of this on the weekly time frame. The thing looks monstrous. You retrace this whole move here. You bounce right back. You're testing the next golden pocket here, 0.786 fib. You closed above it on the week. Guys, you very likely are just headed up to 565.16 at this point, and I don't know if a big pullback is going to happen. We do have some divergences on the 15-minute time frame to talk about, but it does look like 559.63, 559.63 is incoming, and above there, 565.16 is what we have. Now, if you come down here, the 15-minute time frame, I will point out you have a big fat nasty bearish divergence carving out. You're just riding the 15-minute 9 EMA up there. And you're not looking too bad. You're really not. But I am going to point out you got that thing. And if you just pull back a little bit, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's going to be healthy. Okay. The 0.786 fib is all the way down here at this point. Like you could pull back the 554.87. You clearly see we had sellers stepping over there. So you come down here to the hourly time frame. Look, that looks to be a key spot. So who cares? Let's come back there and test that. And then, maybe we pushed 559.63 after that. And at that point, the oscillators have reset at that point. This thing will be all the way back down there. And it'll have room. It'll create the room if we pull back here for a larger push here up to a new all-time high. So, I will not be surprised if that is what we're going to get. But like I said, we also just know we're coming up here. So, it's not the best thing to bet on the short side, in my personal opinion, because we know it's coming up here. Okay. So, trim longs, add on the pullback. That's kind of, what I think the game plan here is moving forward until we reach that new all-time high. I think that is a valid play. All right. Now, levels wise, guys, what are we paying attention to? 557.47. Underneath that, 556.74. 555.68, 554.87, which, as we just discussed, that is going to be a big level. And that's where I'm going to leave support. I don't think we're going to, make a bigger swing down, before tomorrow's video than over there. You have 553.63 under there, but, I don't think we're going to get it over there. And at that point, you're going to see this 15-minute RSI go all the way down there. And then we're probably going to be setting up for a larger bounce because clearly the trend is starting to change. We're going up, baby. We're going up. On the upside, 559.63. Above there, guys, you really have nothing. Okay? You don't have anything until you get all the way up to 565.16. Like, you can really carve this out, I guess. Like, over here. 562.29. There's the low over here. I mean, it's not the low of the day. I'll show you guys. All right, the low of the day is going to be all the way down here at 562.10. So I guess that's a level we could pay attention to above there. New all-time high, 565.16. We're going to break it. That's that. QQQ, what do we got going on, guys? All right, if this thing decides to start pulling back, we're going to be watching the following levels. We are still in the golden pocket, so keep that in mind. I'm just going to put a new one on right there. 477.47. Underneath there, 476.42. 475.55. Then 474.82. All right, now let's just come over the hourly time frame. Are there levels we can take away? I like that level. All right, so yeah, that is what we're going to be paying attention to on the downside over here. But as you can see, it's kind of just exploding upwards. And, you see on the 4-hour time frame, this thing kind of just pulled back to the 90 May this morning. I saw this. And yeah, it kind of looks beautiful, guys. You're just consolidating here, just like over here before your next leg up. And it's probably going to fall SPY, okay? If SPY makes a new all-time high, QQ, it doesn't have to make it at the same time, but that's probably where it's headed. And that means SPY is probably going much higher. So, maybe it gets to 575 by the time QQQ comes up here and breaks its all-time high. We'll see how that goes, all right? But, exciting things ahead, guys. That's QQ for you, okay? We really have nothing above where we just broke above 477. Let's just come back to the 15-minute time frame. Right over here, okay? Above here, like you really just, you're shooting straight up right now. And so above there, 480.14. All right, you have a literal gap. You have absolutely nothing. That's what I was trying to point out over there. You have absolutely nothing until you reach 480.14. So that is where I think this is headed. Above there, 484.43. IWM, guys, 213.98. That is going to be your support. That's where you just broke out. You had this little range developed. Okay. Above there, 215.85. That is very likely going to be the next stop. And then 217.72 after that. On the downside, 213.98 and then 212.25, 211.37. We're going to change that to the low right there. Do that. 211.28. That's where you're paying attention to. Okay. DIA. You got above the 0.786 fib. I'm going to say the same thing. You're probably going to take out this all-time high at 413.86. Probably get above it. Okay. Does it pull back? Who cares? All right. It's probably where it's headed. We don't care about DIA. VIX, guys, you're giving up support here. Okay. You're finding some, VIX was starting to pop. And then it kind of, died today. And that seems to be the theme ever since we started. We had our little market crash, our mini crash. So that is probably going to continue here. I'm going to be completely honest. We did point out you have this hourly bullish divergence carving out here, but it just continues to carve out. And that's just going to be the theme here moving forward until this thing gets a pop, resets the oscillators. But at that point, guys, we do know SPY is already going to be coming up to 565.16 and getting a new all-time high. So that means VIX is probably still going to keep falling. Okay, next spot is going to be 1388 on VIX to watch. That is that. Semis, SMH, guys, coming into that 250.85 level that we've been paying attention to. That was the target, 250.85, 255.92. All right, golden pocket starts right there, 251.50. This is where we expect sellers. All right, so, if you're with me, start taking profits as you start getting into here. No financial advice will be given on this channel, but that is just, that is that. Nvidia, guys, you're pushing up to the 0.786 fib. If you break 130, guys, then you get above 130, 139. You got nothing until you come all the way up here to 136.15. But at that point, you can expect 140.76 to be broken. Does it do before earnings? Honestly, probably with how it's looking. But, if it consolidates before that, it's probably going to do it on earnings. But yeah, new all-time high incoming. Congrats if you rode this bad boy up. Congratulations. Okay. Hit that guy for you. The thing is, it's a work of art that we're seeing right here. This beautiful chart. We all saw this one coming. It came down here, 97.40. That was the key spot down here. You lost it for a day. It gave, an amazing buying opportunity. So congrats if you bought that. IV was so spiked that day, though. It wasn't as good as, you might think. But it was still amazing. And now look at you, 130. It's craziness. So congratulations. All right, like I said in yesterday's video, okay, or in the weekly update here, you do have this, okay? You have Nvidia. If you just want to buy shares here, you ride this bad boy up. When you see this thing, Nvidia, when you see this thing really setting up, you could, just buy shares over here on Nvidia. It's a double, 2x leverage ETF. Nvidia runs 50%. This will run 100% for you. So this thing already ran 100%, bottom to top. And yeah, Nvidia didn't have to. Okay, it didn't even run 100%. So I don't know why the math is like that, but that is just that. Avgo, here's that, guys. You're just kind of doing the same thing you were doing the other day, just kind of consolidating here. You did come down and test 161.33. If you close out with this hammer, you're probably going to push 166.85. Get above there. You probably are going to break above this 0.786 fib at 173 and head to 176.55. From there, 185.16. Supports 161.33 and then 156.40. AMD, monster mover today. It's not the biggest monster mover, but, of the day, 3.6%, not too shabby. That's that. VIX is now crushing, guys, so we're not going to see the biggest moves. Guys, you are probably heading up to 162.51. That is this level right here, low of that candlestick. That aligns with this 0.618 fib. You're probably heading there, but you are in your 157.05 to 153.64 supply zone. So this is where you should expect sellers step in. But in the end, I do think this is where you're coming. This was my target. Well, I mean, this was the target, but I know this is likely from now that, from right here, this is probably going to happen. So that's what I'm watching. Support is 148.78. Congrats if you played this bad boy over there. We, called this one on the downtrend break. There's that. Do I wish I played it? Yeah. But, at the same time, we played other things because everything kind of went all together. So there's that. So congrats, guys. Congrats. SMCI, this is one that's really shaping up here. Um, I was in this. I'm not in it right now, but this thing does look like it's really getting ready, guys. And if it can break above 630, 698, I have this candlestick right here. This thing's really set up to rip. 671, 730, 762, 63. That's what will be incoming if you could just break above here. You're, flipping that 9 EMA. We talked about it, guys. You were going to dance around this 9 EMA. You usually don't go right above it. And you're still just doing that. It looks like it's consolidating before that next leg up. It's that TSM. All right, found buyers off 171.54 support. 176.82 is resistance above their 182.75. If you can reach 182.75 though, you're heading to 193.47, and that's that. MU, okay, bouncing off 105.72 support. Under there you have 102.17, but on the upside we have 111.34 and then 116.34. Eventually you're going to test 121.01. Love that candlestick. ARM. Also not looking too bad, guys. Things are closing, they're not closing. It's 2:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It looks like we're going to, probably be closing unless you just face plant like sometimes you do at the end of the day. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. A lot of things are doing a lot of bullish things today. I think they're going to continue, and we know SPY is going to go to the all-time highs. So that's that. ARM, though, hammer candlestick off to 9, off of 125.98 support. 135.41 is incoming above their 145. QCOM. Same thing. Off the 9, hammer candlestick above 173.27. We have 177.59, then 184.31. Or is 165.81 or 165.89 if you decide to face plant. That is that. Okay. Now let's kick it off with Apple. All right. Here's the big boys. You're in your golden pocket, guys. I'm gonna take that level off. I don't like it. Okay. Resistance 227.78. If you can break above 228.40, we're going to call it. If you can really get above 227.78, you're coming up here to 237.23. New all-time high incoming. Weekly chart is an absolute monster. Double bottom. Just broke out from here. You already had your, measured move. $32, just, around there. That right there is $40. You've had that move. But, you broken retest, you're probably going to take out this high and go a lot higher. That's Apple. All right, Microsoft, we're going to have to see what happens at 430, but if you can get above 430.82, you can clearly say, this thing would be getting ready for a big move. You're probably going to revisit all-time highs up here. If you can get above that, it's a clear spot on the weekly time frame. But yeah, putting a hammer over here off your 417.27 support. 421.78 is your resistance. Okay, if you can get above there, you probably do come up here and test, 428. Probably 430 cycle level, probably at that point. Amazon, okay, pin bar candlestick, bullish candlestick going on over here. You're finding buyers, low volume going on today. But yeah, 176.80 support is holding. Above there, we can travel up to 181.22. We're just going to put that. Break above 178.34. Okay. If you're really scalping these contracts, 179.38, take one off there. I don't know. 181.22. That would be your next clear resistance, though, above there. 173.87 is your next support underneath 176.80. Meta, what do you got, guys? You're still just consolidating the zone. Okay. You're probably going to find buyers off of here and just head up here at some point. 542.81. We have Jackson Hole at the end of this week. So, there's probably going to be a catalyst to drive us in one direction or the other. It's probably going to drive us higher, in my opinion, with how SPYs and, QQ's looking. That's that. Goog. What's going on, guys? Something real bullish, okay? You get this ugly looking double bottom here, okay? This is $7, from that right leg to the neckline there, $7, okay? That would bring us right around here. At that point, you're probably coming up here. My target over here is 175.91, okay? If things are real crazy, 178.21. This is your supply zone that you're paying attention to. Expect sellers there, 175.91 to 178.21. You broken retest above that, neckline right there. It looks pretty sexy to me. You're looking like you want to continue higher, guys. And that's what I think is going to happen over here in Goog. I think you're going to run to 170.97. That's that. All right, support is 166.70 and then 163.08, but it looks like you were going to be, coming up. You're above the 9, and yeah, it looks good. Tesla. This isn't something that, looks amazing to me, and I really like this one. Guys, above 220, you have 226.79, then 233.09. I think 230 is on the tape. Like, specifically, I think up here, this, I'll draw it out with right here. So not 230, but right above 230. So that's just the psych level, 230, which would be right over here. But as you can see, we have no reaction over here, right? So we want a pivot point to go off of 233.09. Is that level for you? And me. All right. That's a level for me too. But yeah, anywhere between 233.09 and 237, I think that is where sellers step in here. Probably 237. We probably get a wick around here. Sellers stepping in, and yeah, boom. Probably get us a little pullback there. But that's the target. Support is going to be 220 and then 214.71. So that's that, guys. Bitcoin, I'm just going to say you're consolidating in a bullish manner. It looks good to me. That's all I'll share on Bitcoin. Break out of this downtrend right here. I'm going to put a little alert right here. And we're probably heading up to 63,794. That level first, 61,809. Coin, not looking the best. I'm going to skip towards the one that I am focusing on right here. You broke above, what I was looking for. 1628, guys. You broke above Friday's high of day as well. But I really just like how you broke out of this downtrend. Now you're above the 9. Daily RSI is still down here. If Bitcoin does start to break out here, like I think is going to happen, I think Mara is probably going to get a quick move to 1780. Okay. Take off, half there. And then 1991 looks like a clear spot, next spot. If not, right here, 1878. I guess that would be another spot right there. So we'll just add that. Okay, so 1780, 1878, 1991. Those are TPs over here if you're, doing that thing on Mara there, because it doesn't look too bad, guys. I know, Bitcoin's in the crapper right now. It's not looking the best. It kind of is to me. It's consolidating here. It's looking pretty nice here to me. But, I would have liked it to, go just be back in an uptrend. Okay, when it's in this mode, these things, coins, CLSK, Mara, they typically have really easy moves. And right now, they're not having really easy moves, but you did have a support play down there. Now you have this A+ setup that is now taking place right here. So I think September calls are not the worst idea over here on Mara. You don't have earnings juicing those premiums. I like Mara calls. I like Mara shares. I like Mara. I like Bitcoin. And that's that. Okay, guys. So, my top setups right now that I'm really watching and playing. Okay, I'll just disclose Tesla focus list right there. Tesla's looking beastly right here. 222. I think you're heading to 226.79. And then after that, 233.09. I did just talk about it. The next one, of course, is Goog. I have been very vocal about Goog here. I was pounding the table over here, pounding the table over here, pounding the table in the weekly update. And now, guys, I do think it's Goog's time. Okay, Goog, it's time to come up here, and money is about to be made. But at the end of the day, Nvidia, this is the big breadwinner over here. Okay, this is what saved my butt. I want to say this probably contributed the most over here. It did actually. Never mind. It contributed to the loss as well. But Nvidia does pay. You just got to buy time and just wait on it. But at the end of the day, if you could just avoid the theta. All right, Nvidia will just buy the dips. All right, that's that. At the end of the day, if for a fact, like, oh, it's not going much lower, it's safe to start buying the dips with time. And I was preaching down here, and I don't really like preaching because I don't want to give any financial advice or nothing like that. I don't want to be responsible for anything like that. I don't want to feel like that. And that's why, because it's not a good feeling. Okay, if you're just not sitting in a bunch of green, it's not the best feeling. But, at the end of the day, this is probably going to be the outcome eventually. So you could just, keep doing all you can. You could just say like, hey, guys, I'm just going to remind the people, hey, that's probably going to be the outcome here. If you just give it like 2 to 3 weeks here, you're probably going to have a really good time. Now you're having a really good time. You just had to give it again, some time. Start really, preaching right over here. I know it's been some time, 3 weeks. Okay. So there's that. But yeah, Nvidia over here, SMH is looking fine. But again, expect sellers over here. So the chip sector is probably going to get a bit of a dip there, bit of a pullback. You got everything looking gnarly here. We're probably going to come over here. So enjoy the ride for now, guys. That's all I really want to, I want to leave off on the note. Enjoy the ride right here to here. Free money. It's coming. It's, this is when everything else, all of its components, they're going to rise with it. You got Tesla going. You got Google going. You got Meta going. Meta's not going. It's not doing a thing. Amazon's not looking bad. But these are the consolidation days. You're probably going to have the, expansion, rally day, the breakout day, whatever you want to call that move. That's this thing. And that's when you get a big green bar. And if you get it across the board, it's going to lift SPY. It's going to lift QQQ. SPY is going to be a new all-time high. And, it's going to be good vibes all over the place. That's what I have for you today. With that being said, I'm out of breath. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. And if you did, please remember to leave the like button. Hit the like button. Leave a like on the video. That's the only way I really know how to push it out to more people. I have the everyday returning viewers, that's you guys. But, outside of that, that's the only way to reach the YouTube algo is likes and comments. It's the only way I know of. And then, my thumbnails. That's it. All right, guys. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I will catch you in tomorrow's. I'm still out of breath. Oh, my gosh. There we go. I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.